Hello, this is Joe Sonona with Sonona Speak Seminars, and this is Coffee Talk with the listing pros in real estate. And my guest this week is Alexa Kebalo Hughes from eXp Realty. And welcome, Alexa, to my show. And
Thank
while
you.
I'm doing this, by the way, my Alexa's turning on, so I got to disconnect it as well.
Yes. You know what? That's actually 101. Anytime anyone's talking to me ever, disconnect that Alexa right away. I joke, I'm always listening, Joe.
So welcome to the show. Welcome to everything that's here at Sonona Speak Seminars.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Awesome. Well, first off, thank you so much for having me, Joe. So a little bit about myself. I've been listing and selling for 10 years now. I was a DOB, daughter of a broker. It's funny because when I went to UConn, University of Connecticut, I studied everything under the sun, right? I grew up in real estate, but I never thought I would ever end up in the family business until one day I was talking with my guidance counselor. And listen, I'm a lifelong learner. I love learning everything. I learned so much at UConn. I took every class, engineer, psychology, business, you name it. Finally, my counselor's like, Alexa, just make up your own major. And I was like, I can do that? I was like, perfect. You should have told me that from day one. Anyways, so I made my major called consumer behavior, which was business, communication, psychology, sociology, which required me to present that to the university, got it approved. And then I needed an internship, Joe. So what did I do? I was like, hey, mom, can I work the front desk for a nice internship? AKA, I was thinking this would be really fun, really nice, easy peasy breezy. My senior year in college, I fell in love with real estate. So now here we are.
The rest is history.
The history. And I just loved the hustle and bustle. I loved seeing the agents and them helping their clients. And I'll be real with you, Joe. You know how I am. Like I'm pretty outgoing and whatever. I was so scared when that front desk phone rang. I'm like, what do I do? What do I say? You know
Sure.
what I
It's
mean?
easy to love the job and want the job, but then when you're really faced with the job, you're just like, oh, shoot.
Exactly. So I'd like to say that this career is all about busting through your comfort zone and just always failing forward and moving forward. And here we are today, 10 years later. I run a great team. I work with my mother. I got Realtor Magazine's 30 under 30 in the nation. I actually am president of the Greater Hartford Association of Realtors, CTR Board of Directors, and National Board of Directors. And now I get to partner up with the agents like yourself that are just taking over and helping a bunch of others. So I'm so happy to be here.
So, are you breathing? Is what I want to know.
Yeah, this is the first convo I've had all morning, so you really get the best.
Oh
You
my goodness. I got a shot of Alexa and a shot of coffee and a shot of adrenaline at the same time. That's wonderful. Oh no, we lost Alexa. We lost her on the live here. Um, can you still hear me? This is the best part about going live with a coffee talk is that you get to have these types of moments, and it's all not scripted either. That's the best part. There you are, Alexa.
Joe, you
Let me
you
get
you
right.
have to kick me off because I broke the internet because I didn't
I
take a
think you
breath, right?
broke. I think you broke the barrier. Period. So let me ask you a question. This is a listing show. My God, we got to get back on track. And you're a listings pro. And I want to know what is the secret sauce to your listings career and how you've been able to bring people into the fold, into your into your real estate world and convince them to list with you. What's your secret sauce?
So my secret sauce is no one cares what you know until they know that you care. And
And oh no, we were just getting to the best part.
OMG, dude.
OMG is right. Well, no one cares what you know until you show them how much you care, right? I mean, that's something that I learned earlier in my career, and I've also relearned it this year. That same phrase about caring for others and establishing relationships. Um, Alexa, what makes that such an inviting door to open for your consumer and you? when they go to list their property with you.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you for that. And thanks for bearing with me. What I did find
I'm
out,
having fun. I'm having a lot of fun.
um,
And I just want to prove to the world that we can have fun and do these types of interviews, and glitches can come about. And Coffee Talk is just that, coffee talk, and anything can happen on Coffee Talk.
anything can happen. And anyone that's watching this that continues to call me, please stop calling me because it's interrupting the live stream every time.
Oh, no, my God, that's what's happening.
That's what's happening. You know how it
Well,
is.
when we try to do this with the laptop, there was like a fuzzy Alexa,
Yeah.
and I didn't like that, so I wanted a clearer one. And look what I did. I made you use your phone, and be careful what you ask for, Joe Sonona.
Listen, it's all good, Joe. But to go back to your question, so I really just feel that it's all about connection and building that rapport. And so here's the deal. When I first started, I was 22 years old. I had a beater car, like seriously, pulling up to a listing. The average first time home buyer is 31. Here I am, 22. I'm like, it's kind of like that whole thing of fake it till you make it, but also knowing that, listen, I have a mentor here that's going to guide me, that I can call anytime, and having that confidence, knowing that I may not know it all, but I will do everything I can to make sure that they're getting the best experience possible. And if I don't know something, I will never just make it up. I will always go ask someone that knows the answer.
Right.
And I think when I started off, I led with that. And I've continued to take that mentality with me because I will never pretend that I know everything. Truly, I think that the second people stop being open to learning is the second that they stop evolving and stop representing their clients to the best of their ability. So I've always carried that with me as far as like the care, the connection. When I pull up to a listing appointment, if I know them, if I don't know them, it's all about the connection and building the rapport. If you don't know them, I will not even start talking business until we've established some sort of connection. Where'd you go to school? What do you do? Blah, 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 blah. I will keep on, we have to have some sort of connection and some sort of common ground. And also, if it's someone that I do know, I want to just reconnect before we just dive right in. And Joe, what I find is the whole, no one cares what you know till they know that you care. When you're invited into someone's home, number one, make sure you either have matching socks on, or if you're a girl, your toes are painted nicely. Because step
Do they
one,
really look at your socks?
listen, you have to say, would you like me to take off my shoes? And
Oh,
then
that's right. That's right.
you know
Okay.
what I'm saying?
And
Because
what about the manicure, or the painted
yeah,
toes?
listen, if you have socks on, they have to be matching. But if you don't have socks on, you need to make sure that your toes are, you know, because listen, it's a full package deal here, right? This is my
Okay.
personal brand. If I have
Okay.
mixed matched socks on, do I have enough time to make sure that I'm taking care of the listing with care?
What I would think that if somebody looks at your mismatched socks, there'll be like a conversation starter for your mismatched socks.
Joe, why don't you try that one and let me know how that goes?
Well, I got to tell you something. Wait a minute. Let me see if I can do it here.
Oh
See,
boy,
look,
don't
I
hurt
just started
yourself.
wearing these types of socks.
I'm not gonna
and
put
I
that
and I
above my.
love it because it's summer, so I figured, if I put on, the socks were like hugging my calf muscles and choking the crap out of them. So I was sitting there going, all right, I need a simpler solution. Then I saw this on a teammate of mine. I went, oh, I love those socks. I gotta get them. So I asked my wife, and she got me like a whole bunch of pairs of Amazon. And I was like, oh, I feel so liberated right now. So the world is changed for me and my socks, and the hell with that. Maybe I'll get more listings with this.
I think you will, but make sure now you have to get one in a different color so you can try out this mix match theory.
That's
You
what
know,
my daughter does, and she has like this yellow one, this orange one. I'm like, what is going on? She goes, it's crazy sock day, Daddy. So she's had crazy sock days since pre-K. She's
oh
11
my god,
now.
look at that! From how to get listings and mix match socks. I
Well, that kind of brings us into doing something different. Doing some things different in our business, in listings. In We do things a lot different because we like to lead and not follow. I always tell my daughters that you have to be a leader in this world, not a follower. What different technology do you use, or any type of special technology do you use to market your listings?
So honestly, at the end of the day, I just make sure I have the best darn to in professional photographer. Okay. I love the 360 immersive tour, the Matterport tours.
Right,
Love that. And keep in mind too, you can really customize these Matterport tours. You can leave like a binder on the table of the home, and actually people can click on it to then see the disclosure. So it's a true immersive experience, right?
right.
Similarly, I love using Box Brownie, boxbrownie.com. They're from Australia. They do a phenomenal job for virtual staging. Not only do they do virtual staging for 2D homes, they also do virtual staging for 3D photos of the home as well.
Very
So
nice.
that's a really cool experience, especially if you have like a few rooms that are a highlight of the home, like a great room, but maybe it's vacant. If you get take a 360 photo and then have the Box Brownie crew
Well,
really
that came very much in handy when we were in quarantine, didn't it?
Oh my gosh, a
We
thousand.
used a lot of that technology and that virtual everything because while everybody was closed, all the brick and mortars were closed. So, but that is something that every real estate agent should look into. Is something of a Matterport or a virtual or anything, a video interior, and a lot of agents don't use that technology. Why?
Honestly, I think that people just are comfortable doing what they do. And I also think that, especially in this market where it's a seller's market, they're not taking the extra time
And they
to
use
make
this, right?
the, yep, exactly.
And
Like, oh my God,
the toilet seats are up in every
yeah,
picture, right?
ridiculous.
And
Like,
I'm
how are we
like
supposed
sitting there, I'm going, that, oh, that cringes me. I'm like, why are you using that cell phone to take a picture? Alexa, you
to?
have a, I'm going to plug you. You have a wonderful, wonderful photographer. I had the pleasure of speaking to. There goes my phone.
Oh boy.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. No, no, I don't want to speak to you so early in the morning, you spammer. No, you have the best photographer.
Thank
I
you.
met her, and you do the best commercials for branding. Do you think that the branding that you do helps you get all those listings?
You know what? I'm glad you brought that up because I really think it does. I think that at the end of the day, you are who you are. And the more that you can enhance your personal branding through social, through putting your face out there, like I'm really into, I love video, I just love connecting with people and being able to use video as a medium to do so. But I have recently really elevated my video game. Someone's really excited about the conversation. They keep calling. They're like, I want to phone in. I have a question.
It's a
Oh
phone in call. It's a phone in session.
my God.
Uh, it's not this early.
You have a fax machine too? That's like an old phone.
Mm,
I
mm.
never knew people still had house phones.
No, actually, that is a house phone. That is a definite house phone. That I wanted a landline, and I kept my landline so that I could really, people still use it, believe it or not. But that mostly the cell phone is ringing. It's buzzing
Well,
away. We're both very busy.
but always busy.
Workers, we're always busy. Money never sleeps.
Neither does Joe or Alexa.
I think we're crazy. I think we're both crazy, but this has been a good interview so far. Let me get to the next question. All right, so
Perfect.
we use Matterport for our technology. We use
Mhm.
Box Brownie, any type of special technology. We don't use our cell phones to take pictures of open toilet seats, obviously. Um, what is your advice for the newest agent that comes into the business? A new, brand new agent comes into the business and says, Alexa, what's your best advice?
Yay. I love the question. So at the end of the day, you are a combination of the five people closest to you. So surround yourself with others that you strive to be, right?
Hmm.
Create relationships with agents that are successful, whether they're in your local market or nationally. With technology, I mean, shoot, I know you mentor tons of agents. I mentor tons of agents all over the world. So my biggest piece of advice is find yourself an awesome mentor that you can rely on, and that right there will give you the confidence to go into any situation and always be able to just figure it out And that way you can just bring on that care for the client, knowing you may not have the answers, but you know how to find out.
And what is your advice for a broker or manager doing business in 2021 and struggling with that new agent, or perhaps the new agent struggling with that manager broker? What would be our advice to that person?
I mean, honestly, sometimes it's not the right fit, right? Just my mom, we'd owned and operated several Remax offices. And although my mom was really a great fit for all of the agents and the mentorship, if for some reason there's a personality disconnect, make sure as the broker or manager that you connect that new agent with another mentor that suits their needs. And also keeping those lines of communication open, because we want to make sure that the new agent feels supported and the new agent feels, really like there's a strong foundation of support underneath them.
And if you had to give advice to a broker or a manager today, this is one of my newest questions, because I see there's a little bit of a disconnect in the education that we provide for our agents out there in listings, right? And the National Association of Realtors, a staggering statistic of 87% of all new agents fail in their first year. Why do you think they fail at becoming listers?
I think that they're just too scared. I think that they're not confident because they don't feel that they have the support they need, and they feel that they have to start with buyers. That's not true. Again, it goes back to making sure that the agent is fully supported. Listen, I know you're new, but if you, the ideal scenario is to get in touch with property owners, right? Because we are real estate agents. So do not hesitate. I know you're new, but you don't need to start with buyers. We can start with whomever you have a relationship with and whoever needs your help. And we can figure it out from there step by step. So I think that agents sometimes pigeonhole themselves into, I need to represent buyers. And I think, especially now in today's market, listen, hustle, hustle, hustle. Like, it always is going to come down to hard work, but maybe not go all your business just with the buyers. Maybe kind of diversify, because otherwise you may be spinning your wheels a lot, and not having the best return right off the gate. Whereas when I started the marketplace, it was the opposite of this market. It was after the market crashed. So I was really heavy on buyers and I did some listings. But I think that if you're able to diversify and just go for it with the listing and lean on your broker, your manager to really help you create listing opportunities, I think that's really crucial. And I think that the brokers and managers out there should be open to evolving their practices, right? Evolve or dissolve. Again, I think that if people do not continue to have an open mind in how they can create business, then they're not going to be able to best serve their clients. And also for the brokers and managers, they're not going to be able to best elevate their agents unless they're really open to creative opportunities.
Well, I think that, even as, your position has evolved, and you now are the president of your association, do you see like a little bit of a something that we could be doing more in our educational platforms for listings, for to teach those agents how to be good listers? Do you think that our associations need to put something extra in there? I know that our commissions and our departments of state that regulate our licenses, I know that that is a little bit of a sticky area for educators and education directors, because they have to go by the standards of the DOS and the commissions. But what about some little extra oomph, you know, to the agents? Do you think that that could be something that we can push forward for the near future?
Yeah, I don't see why not, Joel. I mean, like we're saying, things are evolving so quickly. So the more programs and services and value that not only broker owners can provide, but also associations, I think it's a great thing. I think it's a great thing for the associations out there that are open to having in guest speakers and coaches, and maybe an agent panel where there's successful agents that are
And
listing and doing.
co-teachers, co-teachers, co-instructors,
Yep,
right?
exactly.
Do you do
Yeah.
co-instructing at your association?
I actually don't, believe it or not. It's something I've been thinking about. I speak a
It
lot.
works.
What?
I said it works. It works. Co-instructing is work because you hear two different voices in the classroom, two different instructors, two different ways of instructing. You know, I did it with another instructor. He had it from the millennial mentality. I had it from the Generation X mentality. It was a good formula. It meshed very well.
I like that. That's a really great idea.
Yeah, and generational selling should be part of the curriculum. You know,
Yeah.
generational
Yeah.
selling. We don't do enough of understanding our generations and their needs. I have a book called Kiss, Bow, Shake Hands that
Ooh,
teaches how to sell to different cultures and to
right.
sell of their listings, right? And sell properties to them to all different types of cultures. And I think there should be a book, for generational selling, and understanding that each generation has needs and each generation has attributes that one should understand because then they'll clash with other generations.
I love that, Joe. If you find a book like that, let me know.
Maybe we could write it together.
Yeah, I was gonna say otherwise it probably should be written.
Let's bow, shake hands with Joe and Alexa,
Yay. And miss matching socks.
and put the mismatching socks together. So my final question is: there's the fiduciary duties, which is the foundation, the backbone, the oath of our office. That is silent, by the way, and we don't take this oath. I don't know why we don't do this when we get a license. We take this oath of the fiduciary duties. But if you had to pick one of them between obedience, loyalty, disclosure, confidentiality, accountability, or reasonable care, which one would you, Alexa Kebalo, use, pick, and why?
So mine absolutely would be reasonable care because I think that if you lead with care, which has actually been the theme of today, then the rest falls into place. When you truly care about an individual and the outcome, the others will follow as far as like loyalty and just and all the other, what is it called, old car
Old
obedient.
car. I
What?
was doing old car with you.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But I really believe when you truly care, the rest will follow naturally.
This is awesome. And I want to congratulate you on all your successes. NAR 30 under 30, president of your association. What's next for Alexa Kabbalah use? I
Yay.
know you've just made your switch to EXP. Uh,
Oh,
how many months ago is it? It feels like about 9,000 years ago, but it's only been what,
it's been a year and a
a
month.
year already?
Yeah.
Has it been?
Uh,
Wow. Well, you've done tremendous, tremendous things with that as well.
thank
So,
you.
what is next for you? You're going to have your own show. I see you on Instagram as well, and doing your own interviews as well. Maybe I'll come on to your interview.
I was thinking, Joe, why don't we set that up? So for me, oh, I'm sorry, I'm getting some feedback. Oh, there we go. So for me, God, my heart is all about helping
Boom,
connect.
boom, boom.
Phone's ringing. Okay. My heart is all about helping people use real estate to achieve their life of their dreams, whether they're an agent, whether they're a consumer. I feel that since the pandemic, people really truly are realizing there is no promise tomorrow. And I really believe that we can use real estate to achieve our dreams, whether that's upsize, downsize, relo, or for the agents out there to live their best quality life while creating income. So for me, I'm just leaning really heavy into my podcast, Next Level Lifestyles and Dream Lifestyle. Next Level Lifestyles
Nice.
geared towards helping consumers really see the different locations, get connected with different realtors, and experience different lifestyles worldwide. I plan to be doing a lot more traveling because since I moved to EXP, I have a lot more freedom in the sense that I have a phenomenal team. The model is so effective and efficient and like cannot be beat. So I've attracted so many agents that I now have on my personal team and then also nationally, which allows me to have the freedom. And I'm finally getting after location freedom, Joe. So what's next for me is I plan to travel a lot more. Next week I'll be in Charleston, Hilton Head, perhaps Savannah, Georgia, and then I'm going to Costa Rica, I'm pretty sure. And I want to create lifestyle content of the different locations so I can help people live
Well,
life.
That's where I see you going. I see you owning and operating your own multimedia company and doing great things in the future, helping agents achieve their goals. I know that you and I are business partners with Ricky Caruth, and you're helping him to coach as well. I'm helping him to coach as well. So it's such a great partnership that you and I have, because we're actually helping each agent succeed and not get caught in the quagmire of this business, which feels like sometimes, if you're a new agent, it feels like you're, been nominated to the Supreme Court to retire and die in this position. But we're going to die. We're not going to die. We're going to retire wealthy, and we're going to spread that love and message. And it's through a niche of listings and sales that we're going to get that for our agents. And most important, reduce the failure rate in real estate, which is what I and you and Ricky and everyone in our group believes that we should be doing, and we're headed toward that because there are more and more people retaining and retained in our company and in our profession in general. So I want to wish you good luck, and I want to thank you for coming on to the show. It's been great.
Joe, thank you so much. It's such a pleasure, and I'm so honored to be on your show and honored to be your partner. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. This is Sonona Speak Seminars with Coffee Talk with the Listing Pros in Real Estate. And my guest this week has been Alexa Kebalo Hughes. And I want to thank Alexa for being on Coffee Talk once again. Thank you, Alexa.
Thank you, Joe.